So this is my Yamaha Chappy LB50 engine that I just rebuilt the lower end. The spring for the Kickstarter has to be preloaded, and there is a trick to doing this. If you don't do this, what will happen is your Kickstarter will work, it'll turn the engine over, but the Kickstarter will flop down and stay down. But there's a trick to doing it, and I'll try to show you how to do this so it's as painless as possible, though I would not call it painless. So the first thing you're really going to do is find out where at the back side of this there's a little leg that sticks out, a dog that sticks out, and you just want to find where that catches when this comes down. So we got to install this. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but it needs to be done. So that right there, I don't know if you can see, but that's where it stops. So that's where we want to have the spring attached from. So you're going to have to put this spring on, this thing already sitting in, which this pin right here, or this part of the spring, goes in that little hole. And to the nearest I can tell, it always will line up on this side. This little white part here, I don't know if you can see, but it sits on a little post in there, and then this end of the spring will catch on that post. But it's getting it in there. This part, fitting this on, is not as painful, but it's not painless. But that's not really the tough part. Tough part is getting everything to go in there. And then once the spring is on there, then there's a whole other process. Let me see if I have my needle nose pliers here. Do it better. I don't know if I get this part in there. Like I said, this is the major pain in the butt to get this puppy in there. It looks like it's probably the way to do it right there. So I got it in now. All right. So that should be spring loaded right now, because this is caught. The little tooth in the back is caught. The challenge will be how to get that hook behind this gear and hook it around here. So the system that I have seen used before, which seemed to work, so I am just going to do the exact same thing. Sorry about that kick. I'm just going to use a bit of wire, if I can, and fish it up in there onto that spring. Of course, I probably could have just done this before and save myself a little bit of hassle. But I think from everything I've seen and tried previously, this is the least painless way and most likely to succeed. I can't say that this is going to be perfect. How can I wrap this around? If I can get this spring to come down, I may have to set this on the end here. Okay, that's on there. Oh, just need to get this off. Make sure it falls down on there better. Get that off. I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but it's gonna put the spring a little bit further down and get this wire off. Okay, so that is on there. Now, in theory, let me just show you. If you can see this, this is in the correct position. This is locked, it can't go forward. And the spring is caught right here. And this white plastic part is on that little nub in there. So when I put the Kickstarter on, you know, to hold everything in, I have to do this. When I put the Kickstarter on, in theory, this Kickstarter is going to bounce back. The reason that I'm doing this and showing it to you is because I forgot to do this the first time around. All right, so I put the actual side case back on just to give this a little bit more support. So let's see if this works. And it might not. I mean, that's the other thing. Sometimes you have to fidget with this a little bit. But so that's a good sign that goes down like that. There we go. Spring loaded. So that's how you do it. Take your time and you know, follow the technique that I showed you, and you'll be able to get this to return to position without a problem. This is a very easy to work on engine, and I certainly would suggest that anybody with just some basic mechanical skills could tackle this and do it. So good luck.